Hey guys, it seems that lately, Godzilla is everywhere. We just got the trailer for Godzilla vs. Kong, and it's already time to take a look at the just released second trailer and synopsis for the upcoming Godzilla Singular Point anime. Now the synopsis is in Japanese, and as usual, when looking at it through a few different translating apps, we get different results, so I'll try to break it down as best as I can. To help make sense of it all, I'll also add in information that we know from the anime's character bios to give us a better complete picture. So the synopsis basically says that in the year 2030, we pick up with one of our main characters, Yoon Arakawa, who's an engineer employed by the Otaki Factory. The Otaki Factory is a place that makes and sells pretty much everything. Yoon is a genius who specifically builds and programs robots. It seems that he and the other main character, Mei Kamino, a grad student who studies fantasy creatures, are sent on the behalf of an absent professor to check out Misa Kyoku, or the Suno District Management Bureau, an empty Western-style building where they somehow become involved in a battle with Godzilla. In a separate event, two strangers who visit completely different places hear the same song in each place. The song connects the two and leads to an unimaginable battle involving the world. We then have an unknown mystery left by a solitary researcher, monsters are appearing in each country, and the world is dyed red. Can the two of them overturn Godzilla, an irresistible future that will come to humankind? Okay, so now that we have the synopsis out of the way, let's dive into the trailer. And I'll let you know up front that the trailer moves pretty fast. I can only show images of it or short clips because of copyright reasons, but I still say that because we're going to be introducing a lot of characters here in like a minute of footage. So we begin with Jet Jaguar, and he's jumping off the back of a small flatbed truck that we saw in some of the early footage. And then we see Mei Kamino, who says monster, destructive beast, brute of calamity. We also see that small flower encased in some kind of see-through resin or plastic cube. It's obviously important to the story, but even with this trailer, we still don't know how or where it fits into the plot. Next we see Yoon as he says calamity, the world will be destroyed. And in the next scene we see Yoon running away from one of the smaller Rodan creatures. And yes guys, this is Rodan. We'll get multiple confirmations of that here. We then see Pero 2, an artificial intelligence that presides on Mei's PC. It was made from the AI Armillaria developed by Yoon, and it's telling her that she's received a message from someone named Dr. Lee, who we know from the bios is a doctor that specializes in computational chemistry. The next introduction is for Haberu Kato, who says, a creature that emits radio waves? This line must tie into the song heard by the two different people in different places. We then see Goro Otaki, who says, Jet Jaguar, it's strong, you know. Goro, or Oya-san, runs the Otaki factory and is seen operating Jet Jaguar. Next up is Young, another AI by Yoon that lives on his smartphone, and here we see that it was analyzing some music, which again is likely to be the song heard from before. Shunya Sato is next, saying what exactly is this place, referring to the Otaki factory, as he visits there from the Suno District Management Bureau. Next we have Takahiro Kai, and he's swinging on a tree and then sitting in a river asking if Rodan could exist. He's followed by Bibi, looking villainous I might add with those sunken eyes, saying the unveiling of the Iron Maiden. I'm not sure what he's referring to here. Iron makes me think of Jet Jaguar, but I bet that he's meaning something else here. We then see him looking into some container or something as it closes, and we can see that red dyed water splashing up into the air. So he must be investigating the red water, or possibly he's even involved in it. Now I know Takahiro already mentioned that name Rodan, but for even more confirmation, listen to this. And we now have another shot of that flower in the cube, and then the shot we've seen before of that guy in black and white in front of an image of jellyfish. And it has subtitles that read Bones with the Will of the Underground. I have no idea what that could mean, I just know that this guy here gives off major Serizawa vibes. We then have a group, maybe from the Otaki factory, standing on a walkway in some kind of silo or something, with an enormous red wave splashing up as they say, that's a trigger for disaster, Goshira. Which may be another way of saying Gojira or Godzilla, I'm not totally sure. We then see another clip of that painting with the strange fish in the Red Sea, that may be an old tale referencing what is happening, with the fish possibly representing Godzilla. Next are some tanks in a red mist firing on something, likely a kaiju, and then we have Goro and some team members running with something wrapped in a sheet, and you can see some kind of webbing in the background. Is this from Mothra or Kumonga? Subtitles say she must be able to stop the destruction, and at first I thought this was referring to Mei, but they could be talking about Mothra if that is indeed her webbing. And then we see Mei on a boat with Bibi, who I didn't mention earlier is a research director of the newly constructed Upara Institute in India. Also with them is Bibi's daughter Lena. The titles read, "Go Jet Jaguar," as they may be watching Jet fight some unknown kaiju. Which brings us to the last clip. Jet Jaguar, now looking bigger than before, facing off with Anguirus, who we've already seen in this area in footage before. And that, guys, is it for the trailer. There is a lot going on here, but this is a series and not just a movie, so they have a lot to show us. I'm a huge fan of Jet Jaguar, so I love seeing him front and center in the trailer. I have to admit, I am really excited for this. There's just so much here that we don't know about that has me really curious. Like who's working together of all these people and who's not? Who are the good guys and who are the bad guys? How big will the monsters be? We already know Rodan is pretty much pterosaur sized, and Jet and Anguirus didn't look too big either. They even seem to come in under the low end for kaiju at 50 meters. Which I have to admit I don't mind. In fact, it could be cool to see smaller monsters, especially with the kaiju size race that's been going on lately, with each Godzilla getting bigger than the last. We still don't know what the red water is all about, and how it ties into that old painting of the fish in similar red water. I'm glad we really haven't seen Godzilla yet. They aren't giving away too much, and that makes me really happy. Too many trailers these days show way too much. So what are your thoughts on the new trailer? Do you have any ideas on what's turning the oceans red? And what do you think of Jet Jaguar here and Rodan? Thanks for watching. Your likes, shares, comments, and subscriptions go a long way towards helping the channel grow. Take care, and I hope to see you next time.